Hey guys, so today I'm going to update you on my 40th week of pregnancy. I hit my due date on Saturday, the 17th. I am filming this, I want to say a lot early, but it's filming this like a day early than I normally do. I usually film them on Tuesdays and put them up on Wednesdays. Since I did that video and posted it on Sunday night, and today's Monday, I figured I would go ahead and just film it today and post it on Tuesday, so I don't know. So your due date is calculated at 40 weeks. My 40-week mark was on Saturday, and it did come and go. I feel like, you know, it's one of those funny things, like I never had like unrealistic expectations, like, you know, I'm gonna hit the due date and that's when I'm gonna have the baby. I just always felt like she was gonna go sooner just because of symptoms that I was having and because of progress that I was making and stuff. But I guess, you know, it just works in its own time and just whatever's right for your body. But I am really excited that I was able to carry her to the end. I think that that is a really exciting thing. During pregnancy, you have all of these different zones of like worry, I think. I never was really like worried about anything to the point where like I was up at night or anything, but you know, in the first trimester, it's like you know, you want to get to that 20-week mark and you really want to hit the second trimester. You want to, you know, it's just, and it seems like the third is so far away, and when you think about being that far at the end, like where I am now, you think, oh, there's going to be no worry involved at that point because the baby's going to just be ready and I'm not going to have any worry. But it's funny because I feel like I've worried about more things now at this point than I did in the beginning. Like I said, not like stressful worry where I'm just like a nervous wreck or anything, but you know, you get to this point and you start thinking, you know, you have this healthy baby and you know that she's good, you know that, and you just want her here, you know, before, not I don't want to say before anything goes wrong, but it's just scary to think about different possibilities of things, and you just don't want to think like that. But it's a nerve-wracking thing, I guess, anyways. And then I'm sure when she's born, it's gonna just be a whole new set of, you know, worrying about different things when you're actually a parent. So I guess that's normal, but it has been a really good experience. I had a doctor's appointment on Friday that was very kind of exciting that I feel like I need to update you on. I do have one today. I'm about to go to one today. So, you know, now they're doing them like very tight together. They're keeping an eye on me for something specific that I'm going to talk about in a moment. So I don't know if that's why they're seeing me so close together at this point, or if that's just normal after you've done the 40 weeks. But I did want to update you guys on some things before I get into what happened at the doctor's appointment, because it was kind of funny. Not funny, but it was interesting. Really interesting. So I did mention last time that I had fallen into that whole like first trimester just tired, horribly tired, and people don't really get it. Like, I know I was telling some family members, and you know, like you tell some people sometimes, like, I can't do anything today, like I'm so tired, and they're like, oh, I was tired today too, you know. And it's just funny because unless you've really like experienced that pregnancy, because not everybody has like different symptoms and stuff, but that whole like pregnancy like wave of tiredness that comes over you, I'm not talking about physically tired from walking around with a baby, I'm talking like in the first trimester, that tiredness that was more like hormonal, and I mean, I couldn't lift my head. I was just completely incapacitated all day. It kind of came back last week. Thankfully, that went away, and I woke up one morning and I started cleaning. I was like, oh, you know, I just felt good, you know, and I thought maybe this is like my burst of energy that comes before you give birth, but obviously I didn't go at that point, but I felt good. I feel like there's not a whole lot to do around the house, so I haven't really been like, I mean, thankfully I kind of nested and cleaned out and did a whole lot of stuff during my pregnancy, so I feel like I'm not overwhelmed at this point, which is good. I feel like everything's ready, and that's really helped a lot. I don't know if I mentioned this last week. I think I did, but funny enough, I'm not swelling at all really anymore. My fingers have been sore, but not swollen. I mean, I'm sure they're bigger than they normally are, but my joints have just been sore, and I think what that is when I get up at night, I put so much pressure on my hands, and then my fingers bend back, when I'm pushing myself out of bed and stuff. I think that's what it is, because I don't have any pain anywhere else. I feel really like loose and good everywhere else, but my fingers are just, but it's not like a swollen hurt, you know, like when your fingers swell and it feels tight. It's not like that. It's like my joints are hurting, and I think it's from when I push off, but I haven't been swelling. My swelling was horrible during my 34th, between I guess like 34 and 37th or 38th week. It was nuts how much I was swell. I mean, I have never, I didn't recognize myself. I didn't recognize my feet. When I look back in some videos too, I noticed that my face looked different, and I didn't see it my whole pregnancy. I would say, I don't feel like I've changed that much. I don't feel like I look that different. But then I look back at old videos and I'm like, oh my gosh, like I can see the difference, you know? And even now I'm sure I look a little different. But those weeks when I was swelling, I could really tell a big difference. So I'm glad that's not happening anymore, because that was really uncomfortable. But I have been just wanting to stay at home, even though I feel good and stuff. I'm just in that little phase where like I just don't really want to leave the house much. I feel like everything's sort of done. I don't want to go out and do a lot of random things. I just want to sort of take care of things around here and just sort of kind of like wait. And I'm trying to be patient. I know that everything will happen in its own time when it's supposed to. And, you know, I can't be pregnant forever. It's not, you know, there's going to be a time when, you know, it can't go very much farther. So it is nice that there is somewhat of an end in sight, but it's exciting. So really, the tiredness sort of dissipated a lot last Thursday. Like I said, I cleaned, I did a lot of stuff, and then Friday, the day before my due date, was my doctor's appointment. And I went, and they said my blood pressure was high, which it had been the last time as well, but I didn't have, like I said, my swelling had really gone down. I wasn't having any protein in my urine or anything, which during the time I was swelling, my blood pressure was never really high, so that wasn't like corresponding to, because if you have a lot of swelling and you have protein in your urine and then you have high blood pressure, they can diagnose you with preeclampsia, which is really serious. But they've never diagnosed me with that, and I don't have the protein in my urine, but I am having high blood pressure. So they said they would watch me pretty closely for that. And then it's nice because Brad can work from home, so that has taken a huge stress off of me, knowing that he's gonna be here if something happens. So on Friday, he was home, so we went to the doctor together. He went with me, which was really nice. I was 3 centimeters dilated, which, I mean, you could sit at that amount for 2 weeks, you know? I mean, that doesn't mean anything, but it does mean something, because it's nice to know that my body is doing something. You know, it's like kind of preparing. So I had noticed that day and the night before that she had not been moving very much, and you really get to know like their schedule. You really kind of know like when they move the most. She usually kicks the crap out of me at night, and then, you know, throughout the day you kind of pick up on movement patterns, and I know when they get really big toward the end, the movements change in the way that they feel, but they're still there. And hers have been really painful, like at night and stuff when she moves, because I've just felt like she's so big. And we did find out that she is pretty big. I'll get into that. So my doctor decided that she wanted me to have an ultrasound, so she sent me down the hall, and they checked out the baby, and it was I thought, oh, this is gonna be fun having another ultrasound, because I haven't had one since like 20 weeks, you know, when it's normal not to have one really, unless if there's some sort of like cause for alarm at the end, or if you have preeclampsia and they want to check the growth of the baby, because sometimes that can cause if you have like regular high blood pressure throughout your pregnancy, it can cause your baby to be like too big or something. I don't know exactly, but sometimes they'll do that. And I meant to say, thankfully, with all this blood pressure stuff, it has happened at the end. That would be really scary if it happened before I knew she was full term or ready or whatever. So anyways, so I went in there and I expected, oh, this is gonna be fun. It was not a fun ultrasound. Like, it felt like the lady was like digging into my stomach. It was just not fun, like the way she was doing it. And I was like squirming, and I was like really uncomfortable, and it was just weird. But anyway, so I couldn't really make out much of the, but you could see things, you know, but she was so tight in there. It was crazy how jammed in there she looked, and how just, it did not look good. It was like really crazy what she looked like in there. And her heart was beating okay. Everything is Everything was fine, the heart rate was good, and she could see just little movements that she was making. She wasn't moving huge or anything. And then she said, okay, well, you're at about 8.7. And I was like, 8.7 what? Like, I didn't know what she was talking about. I didn't know if she was measuring my, like, fluids, or I didn't know what she was doing. And she was like, no, the weight of the baby is like 8.7. And I was like, oh my gosh, like, but she said that could be off. She could be a ½ pound more than that, or she could be a ½ pound less than that. It's just an estimation. So I've felt like she's really big, and they have told me throughout my pregnancy that I am measuring fairly large. So that was funny to just kind of hear that that she was, in fact, to me, that is pretty big. So I was excited about that. But then she, I think, talked to my doctor, and my doctor decided that she wanted me to go to labor and delivery and to triage for a stress test. And when she said that, it kind of freaked me out. I thought, you know, I was like, okay, you know, Brad and I went down there, and I remember looking at him, and I was like, I remember when we were going to labor and delivery, I just kind of looked at him, I was like, what if they are like, you need to be admitted, like, what if something happens, you know? I was like, this could, or I got kind of nervous, you know? And so they took me into the room, into triage, where, like, that's what you do, like, if you think you're in labor, if you are in labor and you go in, then they kind of assess you, and before they actually admit you. So, you know, I put on the gown, and they put the monitors on me or whatever, and her heartbeat sounded really good. I actually had a couple contractions while I was there. I didn't feel them. They were probably just like Braxton Hicks contractions, but they said that she was, you know, she responded well to those. And you essentially just press a button every time she moves, and it monitors her heart rate and all that good stuff. And of course, as I got in there, and I did what they told me to do, and I drank some juice and stuff, she started moving like crazy. So I thought that was fun. We're like, yeah, this is what always happens, you know? But I think we were in there for like an hour over the time that they were doing the whole test or whatever. And it was funny because it was like, you know, it wasn't just the juice, because I had ate on the way over there. I had lemonade, I had sugary stuff, and she had not, you know. It was just funny that, you know, I get there, I drink their juice, and she's like flipping out. So so that was fine. They sent me home, but I didn't feel bad about it because my doctor sent me over there. But I totally get how women feel when they think they're in labor and then they go and then they send them home. I could imagine how disappointing that would be. So so I totally get that. But I'm glad that my doctor had sent me over there, because I didn't feel bad when they sent me home. You know, like, I didn't feel like it was a waste of time. So I'm glad that we were safe and sorry, and that I brought that up, because you just, I don't know, you just have to be careful about stuff like that. So they sent us home, and by then it was pretty late. And then they said that I would come back in a couple days for another appointment, which is today. So I'll see what they say today. I hope my blood pressure is better. I should get something where I could check it at home. I guess that would be a good idea, but they haven't really told me to do that. I don't know. I mean, I feel pretty calm. You know, I'm not stressed about anything, so I know that it's not like, you know, I'm really trying to take it easy, and I'm doing as much as I can, you know, to relax and stuff like that. But I know you just, at this point, like, if you have high blood pressure or whatever, sometimes you just can't help it. So so I don't know. I'm just trying my best to have everything be okay. So that's what happened. I really don't think there'll be another pregnancy vlog. I really didn't think I was gonna be filming this one, but that's okay. But I will show you my belly really quickly. You have to leave here in a minute. I've got to put on my, I'm wearing my sweatpants. I need to put on my, what am I trying to say? My leggings. But this is what my belly looks like. I need to put on another shirt too, I think, because this one is riding up. But these Target tanks are really nice, but I always layer them so I can pull the front one kind of down some. But anyways, but that's it. I hope that y'all enjoyed the video. I am gonna go to my appointment, and yeah, I will talk to y'all very soon. Bye.